Hey everybody! I want to share a project with you today that I think might be inspiring, especially if you know someone who's about to undergo some sort of a significant change. It's not really a scrapbooking project, but it is about memory keeping, so kind of keep that in mind. You might remember that my daughter is moving to Oregon tomorrow. And while I am so excited for this new adventure, this new chapter in her life, I am going to miss her terribly. And it may not be easy for her either. You know, granted, she's going to have her husband and her dogs with her, and her husband has some extended family that still lives in the area, but she's not going to be close to her mama, you know, and this will be something that's totally new for her. Now, thankfully, we live in an age where we can communicate pretty easily. You know, we can Skype or FaceTime each other. We can have phone conversations. We can text. It's not like I see her every day, even now when she lives in the same town as I do. But there is something about knowing that she's 3,000 miles away that feels a little different. It feels a little bit more painful. The distance seems like a big hurdle. And so I started thinking, what could I do for her that would maybe make that transition a little bit easier? Plus, it gave me a project to work on so that I don't have to think about this transition just yet. So here's the deal. She's moving tomorrow. But then she's meeting me in Nashville, and we are taking the students on the trip to Italy and Greece for 2 weeks towards the middle of June. But when she gets back, I won't see her again until September. And that's a long time. That's the longest I will have ever not seen her, you know, in a row. And thinking about that feels pretty overwhelming for me. And I'm a grown-up. I mean, I know she's a grown-up too, but you moms out there, you probably know exactly what I'm talking about. It's, even though she is grown up, there's a part of me that still sees her as, you know, a 5-year-old. It's like I can't help myself. Well, so I started thinking, what could I do that would maybe help her feel less lonely or more loved, or just maybe if she's having a bad day, something that would improve that for her. And I settled on this project that I'm calling the Letterbox Project. So it's pretty simple. The idea is that it's a box, you know, and I have filled it with notes to her. I have written her letters. There are about 27, I think, that I've done so far. And they are about everything from memories of her childhood that I have to asking her about things that I don't remember very clearly, talking about vacations that we took together as a family. There are some where I tell her things about me that I don't know that we've ever really discussed, like some of the other careers that I considered when I was growing up. I ask her about, you know, her favorite music, and if she remembers, like, does she remember when we used to sing Salt and Pepper in the car when she was like 2? And then I had to stop because I realized she knew all the words and it was, you know, super risque. Some of them are sappy, some of them are funny, some of them are just, you know, kind of food for thought. There are a few where I tell her what I admire about her, what about her makes me proud, because like I feel those things, and there are certainly times in her life when I have said those things. But I don't always do a good job of kind of the day-to-day saying things that are meaningful. And my hope is that when she's having a bad day, or she's feeling lonely, or, you know, she's mad at Jake, or she's a little depressed, or she can't find a job, or whatever, that she'll go to this letterbox and she'll open up one of these notes and she'll feel that kind of as a virtual hug from me all the way in Kentucky while she's in Oregon. Now, I also put a few little gifties in there because I thought that might be a nice surprise. So in like 3 of them, I put a little piece of money so that she could go and treat herself. In a couple of them, I put like stickers or post-it notes or, oh gosh, what else? Some little enamel pins that are about knitting because she loves to knit. And then I put a little individual cross-stitch project in there that she could make if she wanted to, and a bookmark, and just, some random things. And I would say maybe a third of the envelopes have something in them besides a note, but that's not really the point. I didn't want it to be about things. I wanted this project to be more about words and connections. And so the presents are just a little extra something. Now, I have to go give it to her this afternoon because I'm going to podcast tonight, and I don't know that I'll see them tomorrow before they leave. And so it's probably going to be kind of emotional. You all know how much I love that. and I don't think that she'll really read any of it now, but I'm super excited to get her reaction after she does open the first couple of them, while she's on her own. So I sent like 27, I think. That was my last count. And this is a project that will be ongoing. What I'm hoping is that in the next couple of weeks before I leave for Europe, I can do another set and mail them to her house so that when she gets home from Europe, she'll have more in her letterbox. I also will probably, I don't know if I can get enough done to take us all the way, to September, but like my ultimate goal, you're gonna die. My ultimate goal is to do 365 so that she has one of these notes for every day her first year. Now, I'm probably not going to tell her that right away because maybe I won't be able to come up with enough, but I have been so surprised in what I've been writing that the stories just kind of seem to flow. I've been taking pictures or scanning, that's probably what I'll do in the future, but I took pictures of the ones that I already made so that I would know what I said, like kind of keep track of what I've told her. And a lot of these need to be scrapbook pages. Like these need to be layouts that go in my album. And part of me is like, you are so clueless. Why have you waited so long to actually do this, because it's so important? And then the other part of me is just kind of cheering, The other part of me is like, this is so awesome. You're gonna have all of this information. You'll know exactly what kinds of pages you need to make because those are the things that you thought were worth writing to her about, And so I really feel like it's a win-win. I think that it's helping me make the transition to her not living locally. I think that it'll make her feel really loved and appreciated and known. I want her to realize that I know her and that I want her to know me. That's kind of the impetus there. And then I also think that this will be really great conversations for us to have sometimes, either on the phone or, when I come visit and all of that kind of thing. Just because she's grown up and married and moving away doesn't mean that she's not still, my baby. So I hope that she gets it. I hope that this means a lot to her, but even if it doesn't, it means so much to me. So let me turn the camera around and show you what I'm talking about, and I'll give you a few more details. So I set out my supplies so that you could see what I used. I bought 2 of these card packs from Hobby Lobby when they were on 50% off. So I have $10 in the cards. And I think that there were 50 in each box, so that means I have 100. One of the boxes is really whimsical. It's called Hey Girl, and I really liked it because it was young and fun. And then I love the botanicals one. It has all kinds of different succulents and some geometric patterns. So that wasn't a very big investment. And what I'll probably do is pick up some cards as I see them over the next few months so that I can, you know, kind of go to different ones depending on the mood of what I'm talking about or the time of the year that I'm sending it or whatever. The box also came from Hobby Lobby. It was like $14 or so, and they were half price this week. So I don't have a lot in the box, and I like that it's kind of maybe a wicker or a rattan, and I think it's gonna go well in their house. Like they could put it anywhere they wanted to. There were certainly some others that I personally liked better, but I really feel like it needed to be something that suited their aesthetic more than mine because it's going in their house, you know, hello. So this is kind of the introduction, and I'm going to put a bow on this particular letterbox, and I'm going to slide this envelope under it, and it basically just explains what this project is. So I guess I'll read to you guys what I said. You might want to know that. So the pattern is butterflies, which, you know, there's all that symbolism behind butterflies, you know, flying away, morphing into your best self, etc., etc. But here's my note. Dear Kelsey, this small box is filled with notes and small gifts for you to read and enjoy whenever you feel sad or lonely in your new home. I hope you'll read them as you need them and feel a virtual hug from me in the process. I plan to add to your box periodically and hope that it sparks conversations and journaling between us. I love you, Mom. So, notice that was commitment free, right? I'm just going to add to it. But what I love is that I could write to her about anything. It could be about what's going on in my life right now. It could be about a dream or a goal I have for her. It could be about something that happened in the news. It could be about a memory from her childhood. It could be about a memory from my childhood. I mean, the possibilities are really wide open. And I wanted it to go in a closed box so that it would be easier for her to keep up with them, and that hopefully her dogs wouldn't, you know, get into it. And so if you'll look, just kind of opening it up here, I have not labeled them in any way because they are not in any particular order. I have that one little gift in there. And I really want it to be just kind of the luck of the draw. I want her to be able to be surprised a little bit because good surprises are an awful lot of fun. So there you have it. That is my plan for Kelsey and her kind of going away present, if you will. I hope that it's something that brings her a lot of joy in the coming months, and I hope that it helps make the transition of not living near each other a little bit easier for both of us too. Maybe she'll think it's a little sappy, but maybe she'll really understand, you know, my heart and where, you know, this project and these hopes are coming from. And, you know, in the meantime, I'm just going to be counting down until I can retire and follow her wherever she happens to be. I'll be burning up those airplane miles in the next couple of years as I head out at multiple opportunities to visit with them and get to know the area. So my Pacific Northwest Scrap Gals, you know, look out, I'm coming your way. And if you have somebody in your life who is kind of experiencing a big change, maybe someone's getting married or moving away or having a baby or graduating or retiring or, you know, changing jobs, any kind of a big sort of upheaval in someone's life, I think would be the perfect opportunity to do a project like this, because it's going to keep on giving to them and also giving to you in the process of making it. You know, and in my mind, those are the very best kinds of gifts. All right, that's it. That's my Letterbox project. I just wanted to tell you about it today, and you know, fingers crossed that I can hold it together while I give it to her, because I don't want to stress her out on her move. It's already, you know, stressful enough. But I'll let you guys know what she says, and hopefully it'll be kind of magical. Okay, see you later.